All right, welcome back. This is video 7 here. In this video, we are going to be setting some speed limits for a spaceship. Because one of the problems that we know is if we hit the green flag and we start flying our ship, what you're going to notice is that this Y move here, as I move up, this is the speed of my ship. It's at 16.4. And then as I accelerate, now it's going really fast, 32.4. And same is true if I reset it and let's say I go off to the X direction. Here's my X move. I'm moving to the right on the screen and I'm going faster and faster. I'm at 34 right now. And this is just too fast. We're going to be running into stuff all over the place. And you theoretically could keep going faster and faster and faster. And there is no speed limit on this game. So you're just, you are just zipping along at this point, right? So it gets to the point now I'm seeing like multiple sprites on the screen at the same time. It's really, really bad because I'm moving across the screen. I think once I get my X move all the way up to about like 500 and some odd, I will be crossing the screen theoretically around, about 60 times per second, which is a lot. So this is a bit of a problem. So how do we build a speed limit for a spaceship? Well, keep in mind the X and Y move are our speed. Y move positive is up, Y move negative is down, X move negative is left, and X move positive is to the right. So I've pre-constructed a piece of code here. It's in my backpack. I'll open up my backpack here and let me pull in a script here. And I'll show you how this works. We need to change our definition of thrust because right now, right here, change X move by X position minus old X. This is us moving. This defines what X move and Y move are. And that, as you notice up here, was our speeds, is this X position minus old X. So what we're going to do is take each of those two lines of code and drop it into this line of code down here. Let me show you one example, then I'll show you how to construct this. Let me right click this. I'm going to duplicate this line of code here. I don't need those extra ones at the moment. I'm going to pull this change X move by X position minus old X, and I'm going to drop it in right here. And let me substitute this in for that line of code right there. And let's see what happens now. When I hit the green flag, we are going to head off to the right. And there we are. X move 10. You see that? There we go. We have a speed limit. But there's a problem. Wait, I want to slow down. I can't. I'm trying to. I can change my Y still, but I can't go any lower. And the reason for that is if our X move is less than 10, then we're going to do our normal thing and we're going to fly around and accelerate. However, if the X move is greater than 10 or equal to 10, then we are setting our X move to 10. Now the problem is we're stuck in a perpetual thing of always being at 10. What if we drop this to 9.9? We could do 9999, doesn't matter. And let's try it now. So I'll fly off to the right here. We're going positive. And now you'll see my X move is fluttering between 10 something but it always jumps back to 9.9. It can't go beyond 9.9. And the beauty of that is then because we're never technically at 10, once we are no longer thrusting, the moment we try and go the opposite direction, it works. So I can turn around and start flying the other direction and start accelerating the opposite. Now, the lame part is we need to set up this speed limit for positive X, negative X, positive Y, and negative Y. So I'm going to show you how to build this real quick, and then we will show you some tricks with this. I'm going to build this with Y, and then I'll show you how we can do this in a faster way. So our original code said change Y move by Y position minus old Y. We need to add all of this, and it starts with an if then else statement. It's under control. We have if, then, else. And then the next thing we have is this x move is less than 10. So we're going to need an operator. In this case, we need to work with the y move, okay? So if y move is less than 10, so we'll go to our variables. Let's go get our y move. It's pretty easy to make a mistake in here. Oh, by the way, I picked 10 as an arbitrary speed limit. You could make your speed limit whatever you want, just as long as when you set the x move, you can make it a little lower. All right, let's keep going here. If y move is less than 10, then change x move by x position. And we've already got that line of code here, right here. Change y move by y position. We could duplicate that. I'm going to right click, duplicate it. I'll get rid of the extra stuff. And I'll just drop that right on in. Okay, we got the first part of our code. Now, if x move is greater than 10 or x move is equals 10, then set x move to 9.9, and we just need to switch that all to y. We're going to need a regular if-then statement in the else. And in here, we're going to need some operators. We're going to need 3 of them. So we come to our operators. The first one is an or statement. This is so that we can do, rather than just saying if x move is greater than or x move is equal to, this is that. So we were just saying if something is greater than or equal to. So we'll put this or in there. And we'll bring this right in here. I'm going to put this next one. This is the blank is greater than 50. I'll pull this in. I'm going to put the left side of it right there in that first diamond. It snaps in. And I also need one here for blank equals something. Here's our blank equals 50. We'll pull that in. And then from here, we can go set x move to 9.9. We need that. Here's our variable. Set my variable to 0. And we'll change this to y move. And we'll do the 9.9. All right. And then let's add in the other things up here. So we'll set, instead of 50, we'll go 10. And we'll go 10. And then right here in the blanks, we'll go ahead and drop in our y moves from our variables over here. Y move and y move. And at this point, we are able to snap this in. We'll tag on the last little bit of code there. And let's try going straight up and see if it works. And sure enough, our speed limit is capped at 10 effectively, or 9.9. It always reverts back to 9.9. We can make it go above, but it always pops it back down. And same thing for going off to the right. We have speed limits both directions now. Okay. Now, how do we make this negative? Well, I have some good news for you. Let's take this go to old x go and y old y. We'll set this aside for right now. What's beautiful about this is we can come up here. We have this if x move negative 10. Go ahead and you create everything that we just did here. You could duplicate, right? And if you duplicate, it makes it very easy. You can start swapping out variables and things like that. Once you have your first couple of lines of code, you got your x move and your y move so that you can go to the right and up. Now we need to do the same for the bottom. There's one problem. We need to reverse our greater than or less than because we're going to be dealing with negatives instead of positives. So it can be a little heady here, but let's give it a go. We come over here, y move is less than 10 and y move is greater than 10. Let's flip-flop these. And instead of greater than 10, we're going to go negative 10 and less than negative 10. And over here, we'll go negative 10. And here, we'll go negative 9. We add this on, And this should set the speed limit for going down now. Let's try it. And sure enough, our Y move is capped at negative 9.9. We can do the same thing for our X as well. We duplicate. And let's go ahead and flip-flop these two statements, the less than or greater than. As well as, let me go somewhere a little cleaner so you can see what's going on here. We're also going to make all of these negatives. So you flip-flop the greater than and less than, and you make everything else negative. And then we can add this back in. I'll put that in with our just underneath. So I'm not putting inside, but rather underneath the previous one. And then down here, I can attach these to the bottom. And now you should theoretically, let's play test it out. You should, when you're pressing up, you should never be able to go beyond a certain point. Same thing here. We got negative 9. Let's come down here. We're doing pretty good. Negative 9 there, 9.9. When I'm moving up, though, I'm noticing it's going to 10.9, but I'm still able to go around, backwards and turn around, so that's okay. That's working out. All right, so it looks like we have a fully functional speed limit system. What's beautiful about this is, let's say you created an in-game store. You could, theoretically, have engine upgrades so that your spaceship could go faster and faster by increasing their speed limits. Or you could also change the move 0.2 steps to, let's say, 0.3 steps. And that would cause acceleration to go up. Let's say it went to 0.5. Acceleration is much better now. Right? And we have much smoother control over our spaceship. So you can nerf the player, or what nerfing means is you can make it harder for them by dropping this move steps, and you can also change the speed limits as well. Okay, I hope that helps. There are some great options in there for changing the physics on your game. Oops, and I almost forgot one last thing. I forgot to connect or reconnect my go-to X, old Y, and my next costume to the very bottom of our definition. Anything extra will clean up our space. And then you can also right-click, add a comment, and say what you are done with. So I could put in here, done with video 7, for example, and that gives me a nice bookmark as to where I'm at. All right, I hope this helps.